How to conduct user interview? How can we do user interview? User interviews can be a great way to extract information from users for experience understanding. User interview is very cheap and very easy to get information from your users. What is a user interview? There is a user interview in which a researcher asks some questions, record the answer of that questions, notes, and try to understand that user. What are his pain points, his needs, his emotion, his behavior. Why are we doing user interview? Through the user interview, we get some insights about our user. Through this, we understand what our users feel. What is his need? What is his motivation? What is the attitude? What type of product does he use by following the pattern? What should we keep in mind when we do user interview? First, we should always ask open-ended question. Like example, we should always avoid whose answer is yes or no only. This type of question we should not ask. Our objective here is how we can get as much as information out of the user so that we can understand our user in detail. Don't ask yes and no question. If we ask question with yes or no, then we will not know much information about our user. So that's why we should ask open-ended question. Always use why. Always try when we interview that we always ask question for why. Whenever a user answer a question, we put why. How to talk to user? What type of question should you ask your user while conducting a user interview? What's the hardest part about doing this thing? Tell me about the last time you encountered that problem. Why was that hard? Why don't you love about the solution you have tried? So you can ask this type of question with your user. Let's understand with an example. We are building a food delivery app and Ajay is our user. Ajay is a user who's often like to order food online. So what kind of question can we ask him to as a designer? What kind of question we should ask him while doing user interview? What's the hardest part about doing this thing? So we can ask Ajay, what is the most difficulty in ordering your food online? So Ajay can say that he has to do a lot of searching to order food, which wastes a lot of his time. So we can ask Ajay, when last time Ajay faced this problem? So Ajay can say, faced this problem 2 days before when he had to order biryani. So we can ask him that it was so difficult to order biryani. So Ajay can say that he had to look at a lot of listing to order. Many listings of biryani restaurants were coming. So he had to go to every restaurant and check the prices of biryani reviews. And some restaurants did not even have images of biryani. So it took a lot of time to analyzing and his effort took a lot. So we can ask him how he solved this problem. Then he can say that he had to go to every restaurant listing, check his price, photos and check the reviews. And after that he placed his order. So we can ask him what solution he tried and what didn't he like. So Ajay can say it took too much time. His effort was very much and there was no image of biryani in many restaurants. So in this way you can do user interview with your user and understand what challenges a user faces and what he wants from his product. So you can use this type of questions in your user interview by which you will get a lot of insights and data which will be able to improve your product by analyzing. Avoid this question. Don't ask leading or directed questions. Don't ask people what they want. Don't ask yes and no questions. Ask the same question from multiple angles. Never mention other users. Ask follow-up questions. Make note of the questions that don't follow. Don't be afraid of the truth. Be neutral. Ask a user to show you one at a time if possible. Record the interview if possible. Take detailed notes.